So here is version 2 of Stockholm Archipelago Trail Map with machine translated regulations. So what we see now is that we have 3 layers. I take away that one, so now you see the trail. And the trail, if we click on it, I hopefully get some more data. And then we get a link to the official Swedish page, and they have an official English page, and then this video. I have added a lot of pictures and all the pictures on the map for this section. If you click here, you also get what I think is a lack of understanding when doing solution like this, that we don't support Arabic. That's the second biggest language in Sweden. Finnish is the third, it was the second. So if we would like to get people not having a fluent Swedish out in the archipelago, which we are bad on, then we need to support them with good language versions. And many of those people here don't speak English, as English is something we support rather often. Maybe I should add English here. We don't need that because we have an official version of English. So here you can see that we have also the tourist languages. So I did a small selection of it on some unofficial statistics. So then we get the trail. The challenge we see more and more from people visiting Stockholm Archipelago, what official people, I think, don't understand is that you need to stay overnight if you're out in the archipelago because the transportation is so bad and so on and so on. So my latest test was using bikes to carry a lot of tent, shelters, big kitchen and chairs and so on. That's the preferred way, I think. So then you need to understand the rules of the different islands. And then I have added this layer, which is set nature reserve. So it's Stockholm Archipelago nature reserves that are related to the trail. So then if you click here, you get nearly the same menu, but it points on the Stockholm County about the trail. And the interesting part is föreskrifter, which is regulations. So then if I click on Somali, which is a language I think we never see people using out on the trail, then we can see that in the Somali it says as number 5, Gupa Vax and something. Then it's a translation of elda annat än på anvisad plats. I guess all those regulations are not too difficult text. You understand what they try to say. But as said in the text, you need to and here is an odd formulation. Why don't they say in the reserve? Now they say 3 islands. Do we find another island? Is it okay to camp there? The problem I think with the Swedish counties, with Länsstyrelsen, is they don't communicate. They publish things on Facebook, and I told them that we need to have better support for regulations in other languages. And now I did this one, which maybe is good enough. Lesson learned number 2 is I did all the trails, and it was a nightmare because you have to go back home to sleep for everyone because it was so difficult to travel north-south. Now, this autumn, I used the last week when it was in traffic. I started in Nynäshamn and went up to Arholma during 3 weeks. And it was great. But this was used was the north-south line. The challenge is it just passed your place in one direction once a day. So you need to have a lot of planning, and you go to your island and you stay there and walk the path for what you do, and then the next day. So you always have this challenge to find place to sleep. And if you have your own tent, you need to understand this with the reserves. Lesson learned number 2 was that I found a really good people doing maps and planning from Germany, and he also did some parts of the trail, but he also did a lot of much more. So what you need to have is the last layer I added is all the other nature reserves. So here we have, with the same style, Hjälmölåda. Here is the Swedish regulation, and then I think he's a German-speaking person. So then he get it translated into German. But he also speak Vorschriften, but he also speak English. But some of those, maybe it could be good to have. I guess it's better to have it translated to your home language. And even better is if they published official translations. But as said, the communication with Swedish county is 0. So, latest version, another layer, and the selection I did was I checked what reserves are part of the Swedish archipelago, and the challenge is to get something called shape files, and the shape files can be downloaded and fixed, and I try to clean it up from the Naturvårdsverket. That's the official for this, and they are normally rather difficult to work with, but they have now created downloadable data sets with the shape files and so on. And then you need to understand how to use it. So we have a new one here where we just have a dot, nämnde skärgården, and also now we have this always problem of now this you get web designers that change the layout. So now it's another way of publishing data, which I don't like. So you have a special, instead of a special page, you have a special section on a special page. I think it's better if they do everything in the same style. For example here, and then you have this föreskrifter down here, regulations. And here we can see you can't have a dog which is not, under control, tent more than 2 days, and so on, so on. That's all.